Premier League action then on Saturday amidst all the FA Cup quarter-finals. It was at Villa Park, Aston Villa versus Wolves. Dendoncker back in with Traore on the bench. I guess Espirito Santo has got used to that. Feels that his star player needs to be more of an impact player. First 12 minutes, well, I didn't see it, so I can't comment. But on 13 minutes, a great run by Grealish down the left flank. He got to the byline, but it was pushed out for a corner, and nothing came from that. 18 minutes, a free kick on the right side, and Moutinho's cross to the near post. Jimenez got a header, but it was easy for the keeper. 24 minutes, Doherty hit the side netting after a kind ricochet off a Villa defender's leg. And 3 minutes later, Jimenez, a strong drive, a cross goal from the right, but there was just no one to get that final touch. Mings has been very solid for most of the game, keeping the Wolves' potent attacking flair at bay. 36 minutes, a nice effort again from Grealish on the edge of the box, but it was pretty easy stuff for Fabrizio. And then there was a neat series of passing between the Wolves team, but Jimenez's final touch went wide. And then on a knee landing, goal for Villa, made a catastrophic error, trying to pass his way, throw the ball out of defence, and it really went straight to Jota, who really had more time, but he swatted it over. So that was the half-time break, goalless. Into the second half, and a statistic worth noting, Villa concede a lot of second-half goals, and Wolves, in contrast, score a lot of second-half goals. It was pretty even up to 53 minutes, but Wolves were dominating possession. And then 60 minutes, Traore came on, and it was virtually immediate, his impact. He got involved in a neat passing movement with Johnny and Jimenez, and the cross came in from the right, and Dendoncker hit it in the corner, and that was 1-0 to Wolves. Villa, no cutting edge in attack really, and Grealish sort of out of the action in the second half. Mings blocked an effort from Dendoncker on 79 after another assist from Traore. 81, there was two half chances for Villa from El Ghazi and Trezeguet, who had both come on as subs. And then on 83 minutes, Trezeguet got a dangerous crossing, but again it was easily slotted behind. And Neto, linking with Jimenez well on 84 minutes, had half a chance, but that was about it. That's how it ended. A comfortable win really for Wolves, keeping up the pressure on that top four place and on Man United. So the Midlands Derby ended Aston Villa 0, Wolves 1. So continuing the Premier League matches, and they're coming thick and fast. This match was played on Sunday alongside the FA Cup quarter-finals. Watford at home to Southampton. Doucouré and Kapoor were back in the side for Watford, with Welbeck and Cleverley back on the bench. Saints, small bone in for Armstrong, otherwise they were at full strength. Very brief highlights. 15 minutes, Danny Ing latched onto an opportunity just outside the box. He is so clinical, his strike was so sweet, it was in the corner. Foster didn't have a prayer, and so that was 1-0 to Saints. Move forward down to the second half, 69 minutes. A very poor clearance by Foster, unlike him, and unfortunately he threw the ball to Ings, who launched himself into the penalty area. Another cracker, this one across the keeper, but back in the corner again, and it was 2-0. 78 minutes, a lifeline for Watford, a good cross from the left, a challenge at the near post. Bedenak unfortunately got the touch. It squeezed past the Saints keeper to bring Watford back into it. But Saints were having none of it. 4 minutes later, a free kick on the edge of the box. The specialist, Ward-Prowse, a perfect curved ball over the wall into the roof of the net. 3-1, game over. Hasenhutter delighted, but Pearson not so. And they also had a slight problem with 3 players who apparently had breached the COVID-19 regulations, so he wasn't a happy man. But full-time score at Vicarage Road, Watford 1, Southampton 3. Now to Monday night's game. This was at Selhurst Park, Crystal Palace against Burnley. Both teams had a reasonable start. In fact, Burnley, after that hammering against City, have responded very well. Of course, Palace have also had a hammering from Liverpool. But anyway, they were competing really for 8th place in the league. Goeta was back for Palace, as was Sahar and Mihailovic. Saka on the bench. For Burnley, well, they're looking pretty slim at the top end. Wood still not available, and Rodriguez now not available. So they had Vidra up front, McNeil supporting him. 19 minutes, a chance for that man McNeil, a good run from the halfway line, but his shot was no problem for Gaeta. 36 minutes, Ayew had a shot from 30 yards, but it was easy for Pope. And then the solitary goal came in the second half, 61 minutes. A free kick for Burnley, crossed in from the right, and Mee got his header to the ball. It was a strong challenge, but he got his header away, low down, and Gaeta made a bit of a meal of it, really. He did get a hand to it and should have pushed it around the post, but in effect he just helped it into the net. So that was Burnley in front, 1-0. Palace did increase the pressure, but the best they got was an Ayew header on 78, which was over. Final score then, Crystal Palace 0, Burnley 1. So, continuing our Premier League results. Brighton versus Manchester United. Moy and Mope were on the bench with Trossard for this one. McAllister becoming proper starting. United at full strength, really. They appear to have settled for the same 11 now. James, he's on the bench with Fred and McTominay. They were all previously in the side, but since we've come back, we haven't seen much of them at all. Really, it was all United from the gun. 12 minutes, Pogba linking up with Fernandes just outside the box, and his shot hit the post. 4 minutes later, a really slick move. Ball got to Greenwood on the right wing, and he advanced into the box and created a yard on his left foot, and next minute was in the corner. Ryan, no chance, 1-0 to the Red Devils. 22 minutes, another corner taken by Fernandes, and Maguire's header was just over. And then 6 minutes later, down the left this time, but Shaw was put through on the left, and his cross finds Pogba on the edge of the box, and Fogba unselfishly set up Fernandez, whose shot crept in the left-hand post, Ryan's left-hand post that is, and it was 2-0. That was the state of play at the half, and second half, but Brighton hardly had an attack really, storming forward again, United, and Greenwood on the left, and his cross to the right edge of the box was met by Fernandez, who was steaming in, hit it on the volley, it bounced off the turf and hit the net, and it was 3-0. Rare attack by Brighton, 59 minutes, a free kick, and Trossard's shot went inches wide. They got more into it from there on. Connolly on 68 forced a sharp tip over from De Gea. First time he'd been called into action really. And 7 minutes later, Mope had come on, and he forced another good save from De Gea. But it was really all over. McTominay's strike brought the best out of Ryan on 83, but it was a comfortable stroll really, and an excellent performance by Solskjaer's men. Full-time score then at the Amex, Brighton 0, Manchester United 3.